mid-off over Harstocker, who comfortably takes the catch. And Oman now in deep, deep trouble as Canada huddle and celebrate. 3 down for 22 here.
Pedal will be firmly staying in that team hotel. Well, I think Rowan Powdell might be watching on from the Toronto Marriott Airport and saying, not sure I need to be jumping into a taxi anytime soon or waiting for that Cricket Canada courtesy car, because yet again Oman have got themselves into batting trouble. Khalid Kale to the crease. He's at number 5, been used in very different roles, and he gets into his work immediately, clipping one off his legs for what should be a couple. Akib Ilyas thinking about the third, but Sana has a pretty good arm and should be able to cut that off. Anything that Oman have done just hasn't really worked with the bat, and a lot will rest on the shoulders of Akib Ilyas. 4 ball.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever.
Engine bowling. You'll see Parveen Kumar come into the attack from an end that he hasn't bowled much from. He's tended to bowl more from the north end of the ground, and this is interesting with the dimensions we have today, because for the right-handers, and there's 2 of them out there, it's going to be 60 metres to the leg side, and that wind is making that feel like even less. It's kind of, for me, it's quite an aggressive piece of captaincy, and you just wonder, particularly for this over, whilst the power play is still in effect, will Akib Ilyas maybe try to take him on, maybe with that wrong foot sweep shot that he really enjoys to play?
No question, and I think, again, as you mentioned, an aggressive move here. Canada, obviously, with their chests out, with Oman 24 for 3 after 4 overs. Aleem Sana is the man at long off, and then you've got a man at deep square leg as well.
No, that's possibly good angle down. I'm not sure whether that's turned enough. He's come very wide of the crease. Also might have been a couple of noises. No, there wasn't. It was given his leg buys, but my initial instinct is that hasn't really turned. It's just skidded on, and therefore with the angle it'll miss leg stump. I think it's a good decision. We'll get a second look when we can.
That's a good start for Parveen Kumar regardless,
as we see another adjustment in the field. Got the man at short fine leg.
No.
As the replay comes in.
After the sensor.
And
the back line with you now. Just beats the outside edge with a bit of turn. Let's get a look at this replay now. Got to look at how wide he is at the crease there. Now this needs to turn. It's got to turn more than it did to be given out. I think for me that's a very good decision.
No question about it. Definitely going down leg.
So sweep shot and real fortune, because it's come off the top edge. It'll run away for 4. Khalid Kale targeting that shorter side. He's taking it from well outside off stump. Didn't get the part of the bat that he wanted to, but he will get 4 runs.
Kale looking for the sweep shot there. Gets the top edge. The fielder thought he was in with a chance, but that ball just raced away.
Back live, just missed that one. It's turned very sharply and beaten the outside edge. We did think it was going to be a dry pitch. We feel that the wickets, with the weight of cricket they've had, it's incredible actually into October here, with the amount of
of cricket there's been that they're still kind of holding up so well. But spin is going to be a factor today, no doubt about that. I think he's outside the line this time. Oh no, it's given. And Cally Cale could find himself in trouble. He's pointing towards the bat. It was almost a two-pronged appeal, wasn't it? Again, you got to remember how wide he is of the crease. Didn't give the first decision, but this time the finger's gone up. I'm not so sure about this one. Let's get a look.
Again, as you mentioned, he is coming from wide of the crease. It's angling in. Is it continuing to come in and hit him in line? Ooh, that might be hitting just outside the line of off stump, so a questionable, controversial call there as Oman sink further into trouble. Cale goes for 6 off 5 deliveries, and Oman now 29 for 4.
So, it's a T20I debutant. He's waited the entire tour to get into action in their 8th and final game for Oman. Hamid Mirza is going to be very nervous. You can see those nerves. 5 have been bowled. It is all Canada. They are dominating this final contest of the No Frills T20 Cup. It's 29 for 4. As a school program for kids.
Seniors bus program, providing transportation to and from the store.
Well, big day, big moment for 2 men. One of them at the moment, he's at the non-strikers end. That's Hamid Mirza. He is on his T20I debut. It's Aki Bilias's numbers. We're going to look at Hamid Mirza's now. Again, one of the challenges for Oman has been blood in youth. Finally, they're giving somebody a bit on the younger side an opportunity. So, 26 years of age. This man, the other debutant's 34 though. Sadbin Safar comes into the attack and is cut away for 4. Well, that is a real old-fashioned loosener, isn't it? Just to drag down. And Aki Bilias is not going to miss out on that.
No, he is not. Not in the form he is in presently. Saad bin Zafar has been bowling terrifically throughout the tournament, but a short, wide, long hop there. And Ilyas, easy pickings with the cut to the boundary.
What's Aki Bilias thinking out there? I know he was involved. He'll probably put his hands up and say it was somewhat his fault to run out, but it must feel like him against the world at points right now.
Yeah, he'll be thinking that he's just got to bat out the 20 overs and hopefully find a partner that can stick around with him for a bit.
Pulls this one away. Should get a couple here, as it will be Ravinder Pal Singh, who came in for his first game in the series, was not out at the end. As a big comeback win that, wasn't it? You look at those 2 Nepal-Canada games, I reckon if Nepal watches both of them back, they won't believe it. They lost either of them.
No question about it. Definitely had winning opportunities in both winning situations. And you mentioned it going into the start of the series, Nepal struggling to get over the line and
matches coming in, not having maybe that full confidence, and that shows at the end of games. Not able to get over the line, and those winning moments, those key moments when the game can go either way, Canada has been able to come through.
So that's going to get us to the end of the power play. The score is 35 for 4. So Vivek earlier was talking about how we have seen the return of top-class international cricket. And there's a group of as well, and a big shout out to all 15 of these kind of heroes: Melvin Cronin, Mr. S. Kirasan, M. Vithun, Noel Lewis, Eugene Soanes, H. Alexis, Mohan Chandra Mohan, S. Yathavan, M. Sivakumar. And we want to give them all a shout out maybe after the first ball. Might be able to give us a wave after this first ball. That's the footage of them working this morning. And let's get a look at them now after this delivery. As Mirza gets a first run in international cricket. M. Sivakumar, P. Kajan, R. Martin, K. Prashithan, Rishan Cronin, M. Iran, and S. Amalan. We will get to them eventually. We'll get to them after this ball, I think. If we can bring them up on shot. I think Shah's over there, isn't he, the Cricket Canada man? Might be able to show them now, actually. Change in the field. Show them now. There they are. Give us a wave, guys. And there they are. Big thanks to all of the ground staff, the 15 heroes. Absolutely all of them. Look at Melvin. Big smile on Melvin's face. And there's Shah's getting the message. There they are. We'll stay on them. Come back to them. Just a single. We'll give them one more wave. And there they are. Big hello from the ground staff. Took a bit of coordination, Vivek, but we got there. Our thanks to them. They've been here at all kinds of hours, and we really appreciate their work.
They've been brilliant throughout, and you look at the conditions that have been on offer here and getting the pitches ready, maintaining the outfield. We've had tricky conditions on a couple of days, especially dealing with the weather, and they've done really well to make sure we have plenty of cricket on offer.
Yeah, one thing during the ODIs when we got here very early, there was so much dew on the outfield. You were thinking, God, how are we going to play? And I won't lie, when I got on the plane coming across the Atlantic, as that is going to be gone, and Parveen Kumar's having a field day. The finger goes up again, and Hamid Mirza's debut is going to be a short one. The 26-year-old, the feet didn't really go anywhere, and there was no hesitation this time. It looked a better shout to me. We'll get another look. Was this the right decision?
I think it was. I think when we get a look at this replay here, it just seems like Hamid Mirza misread the delivery, anticipating turn that it would come to outside the off stump, but instead it just goes straight on and goes between bat and pad. Looks like it was clearly going on to the stump.
Yeah, I think it's the fact it's hit the back pad as well. I think for me that's fair enough. That's hit in line, and it's probably going to go on and hit off stump or something in that vicinity. So Mirza's debut, one to forget, it's 37 for 5.
The new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger.
Let's go.
Juicy grass-fed beef, topped with Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips.
Let's go!
Try the new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger. Let's go.
Well, Oman are in all sorts of trouble. They really are. And here comes the second debutant. 34 years of age. Today, it's his birthday. Born in Mumbai. He's travelled across the Gulf, ended up in the Sultanate of Oman. He's made his new home there. He qualified in 2022, and after some great domestic performances, had a particularly good D20 last season. He's forced his way in. Bowled some off breaks, handy enough with the bat down the order, but he's going to need to be. I don't think he imagined on his debut he'd be walking to the crease at 37 for 5, but Oman have done, well, basically nothing right here today. They've got themselves into all sorts of bother. Parveen Kumar has started very brightly. We'll have a commentary change after this. 7 bowled, 37 for 5.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
As Saad bin Zafar looks to continue, we have a change in commentary as I'm now joined by Monali Patel.
Oh, we're in for a quick game here, aren't we, Vivek?
Well-
On 37 for 5. They're in some trouble here. And lots of changes for them today. 4 changes in total. And it's really not gone their way. In fact, quite surprising because the skipper at the toss said he would have rather had a bat first anyway.
Looks really, really difficult for Oman from here. 38 for 5. You got Saad bin Zafar just beginning his second over. He's probably been Canada's bowler of this series thus far, and so it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel for Oman in this innings. Going to need something special here from the debutant Siddharth Bukapatnam.
Oh dear. And that's another appeal. This time, not out, says umpire Arnold Medella. And Saad, he's going to hold that squat. He's going to hold it until he gets an explanation.
He seems absolutely confounded by that decision. Hands in the air. How could that not Canada's previous battle against Oman, you can safe to say that the complacency is well out the window. Canada well on top.
Sent back. Mehran Khan comes out to the middle to join Akib Ilyas. Where are these runs coming from?
Well, it's coming from one man. It's got to be Ilyas all the way through.
I mean, we've certainly seen that about 140, 150's par on this wicket. If they don't get close to 120 at least, they've got no chance of defending this, Oman.
Well, 120 is looking a long, long way away right now.
Oh dear. It's all happening out there. Again, not the most convincing of runs picked up. They've been sharp in the field, Canada.
They have a better throw there and could have seen some more trouble possibly as Ilyas was able to sneak in a quick single. But this is a dire situation for Oman, and they are going to need an absolute miracle.
As well as Ilyas is going, he's going to need someone to stick around with him if Oman are going to get close to batting out these 20 overs. And again, some good turn on offer there. As we get a look at the replay. Boy, oh boy, a better throw there. And there was definitely a run-out opportunity.
Oh dear, that's beating him. There's turn, there's bounce.
He's beating the outside edge again and again, and then he slips in that one delivery that will just go straight through. And Oman have not been able to pick up Praveen Kumar at all in this innings.
Bamboozled again, and the over ends with a dot. Oman 39 for 6 after 9.
Community, and that's how I see the store. So it's a no-frills thing to do.
Praveen Kumar, just the one run from him in the previous over. He has some incredible bowling stats. 2 for 7. You can't ask for a better start. Saad bin Zafar picking up his first wicket in his previous over.
Just look at the historic stats, and Oman's got a bit of a history, don't they, in low-scoring affairs.
Well, you look at that 47 against England that came during the T20 World Cup, June 13th, 2024. You'd like to think they'd avoid that here, but their second lowest is 78, and that one is maybe a bit more precarious.
I don't think the issue is beating their lowest total. I think the issue is coming up with enough runs on the board to come out and give their bowlers something to defend.
Well, yes. If you're contending for the lowest score you've ever put up, you're making it very, very difficult for when you have to come in and bowl. And you can see here Saad bin Zafar piling up the dots. He's always terrific with the economy rate, and now he's got 1 for 8 in 2.4 overs. Just more pressure building up on Oman.
Canada have only used 4 bowlers so far.
Riding the hot hand.
Exactly. Kalim Sana hasn't picked up a wicket yet. He's bowled his 2 overs. We'd assume that he's going to come in at some point soon as well. Definite return for the spinners. And Akhil Kumar, I mean, what a game he's had. He's opened the bowling today in the absence of Dylan Haliger and has done exceptionally well. He's picked up 2 wickets as well. Just the 13 runs coming off his 2 overs. As we see...
The new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger.
Let's go.
Juicy grass-fed beef, topped with Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips.
Let's go!
Try the new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger. Let's go.
Well, the lone man standing, Akabilias, he gets a quick trick in there. It is a halfway point as the players get their hydration in, but it's been tough goings for Oman.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because we believe Canada needs more cricket. Outside! TD, ready for you.
As a business owner, you have a responsibility to give back to your community. We hire local and we serve local. Breakfast program, scoop program for kids.
Seniors bus program, providing transportation to and from the store.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
Seba is giving back to the community and making sure that the community is taken care of. We do a lot of that at our temples and in the Punjabi community, and that's how I see the store. It's the no-frills thing to do.
The new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger.
Let's go.
Juicy grass-fed beef, topped with Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips.
Let's go!
Try the new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger. Let's go.
Back into the action after quick drinks break. It's back to spin. Parveen Kumar has been exceptional. 2 for 7. He's come in for his final over of the spell.
And Ilyas has no choice here but to play safe cricket. He knows he has to be the one that carries his bat and goes all the way through.
Akhil Kumar, one of the youngsters in the team. Very sharp, very quick. Athleticism definitely on offer.
That one just keeping a touch low, but short enough where Ilyas could take his time and just push it to long on for the single off the back foot.
You got a feel for the skipper here of Oman, haven't you? Akabilias. He's been the lone man standing in a few occasions now. He's found good form with the bat. Well, that's gone high up in the air. Calls for catch it. And it's going to be another wicket. It's Kalim Sana running a long, long way. And I'm quite perplexed as to this approach from Mehran Khan. He's gone for a duck here. Oman, they lose their 7th.
That's a really disappointing dismissal to see. We've been talking about the need for someone to actually stay out there with Aqib Ilyas and give this side a chance of batting out the 20 overs. Parveen Kumar happy to toss it up there, inducing the big shot. And Kalim Sana running over from long off. Safe as houses as he takes that catch comfortably with Harstalker looking on. Parveen Kumar strikes again.
Well, this scorecard, apart from the skipper up at the top, looks like a telephone number. That's the 3rd duck of this lineup here. Shakil Ahmed coming in. Well, that's it. All he needed to do was rotate the strike, get his skipper back on strike.
It's just that pressure.
Need a partnership. Need a partnership desperately, and they need Akib Ilyas on strike as often as possible, Oman. 41 for 7, with plenty of overs to come.
Shakil Ahmed, the new man in.
It's almost a role reversal, isn't it? From the first time that these two played in this T20 series, where Canada was completely blown out of the water.
Yeah.
And this time around, it's Oman.
Canada have really turned up here. Opportunity to seize the No Frills T20 Cup, and they are taking it with both hands.
Cutaway should just be the single. And that single comes off the last ball of that over. 11 gone, Oman 41 for 7.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your...
This beautiful contest. Canada in the driving seat. And it's a glorious looking day here at King City. Cannot tell that you're in fall whatsoever. The sun's shining, it's blue skies. And that facility, the ground looks an absolute picture, doesn't it?
Well, as far as fall's concerned, I think your jacket's a dead giveaway. But you look back on that spell from Parveen Kumar, 4 overs, 3 for 9. Just a tremendous day for him. And we talked about the turn that he was getting earlier. We'll see if Harsh Thakur can repeat with his right arm.
Lots more spin. Things are not going to get any easier here for Oman. Harsh Thakur, part of the wicket takers quite consistently. But in hospitality, things are quite comfortable in the beautiful sun. Maybe we'll get a shot of it again because Nick's mum and grandma are also in the stands, as well as Harsh Thakur's parents. Oh, you see his dad standing right in the middle of the screen there. They've been at every single game to support their son.
That's great to see. Anytime you can get the friends and family out to support, and that's the beauty of playing a home series. Make life a little bit easier for them to come out and watch.
I don't know if it's going to be any easier in Harsh Thakur. I've had a chat with his mum, and his mum's made it very clear. She said, in exact words, I'm quoting here, I'll tell you after this ball. She said he doesn't have to cook. He doesn't have to clean. All he has to do is score runs, and he can't even do that. I've got a stick waiting for him at home.
Well, doesn't seem like he'll have the opportunity to score too many today.
But you know what? She said that the only saving grace for him in the last game was the fact that he picked up wickets.
Well, he's done well on the field today. He was a part of that run out, got the throw in from mid-off, and then
Listen,
took the catch.
you're talking about a mom looking for runs, okay? Runs and wickets. Always great to have support at home. I mean, he's one of the youngsters who's come through the system, Harsh Thakur.
And one thing that they can definitely take a lot of pride in, as we see Oman 46 for 7 after 12 overs. And mentioning the fact that they can take a lot of pride in the fact that Harsh Thakur is the leading run getter in the ICC ODI World Cup League 2. He has been absolutely tremendous in that format.
So much potential, so much talent. And he puts in the hard work, you know. It's not just raw talent, it's something that he's worked into his daily lifestyle for years now. As Saad Zafar continues, Akibilias picks up another run to his name. He moves into the 30s now.
Yeah, if there's one thing you observe about Harsh Thakur and the way he goes about his process, the way he goes about his business, a true professional, very committed to his craft, loves the game. And a true team player. Willing to bat wherever the team needs him to, always contributing with the ball.
I mean, how good was he with the bat in the last game against Nepal? He pulled out that win out of absolutely nowhere, smashed it all around the park.
He was brilliant, brilliant. If you watch that 93, Dylan Haliger a little jealous with the player of the match honors on the day. But again, you look at the way Harsh has been consistent throughout that format. It bodes really, really well with Canada back on the ODI map.
Quick single picked up, and another quick over comes to an end. Just 2 runs coming off of it. 13 overs gone. Oman 48 for 7.
Seba is giving back to the community and making sure that the community is taken care of. We do a lot of that at our temples and in the Punjabi community, and that's how I see the store. So it's a no-frills thing to do.
Harsh Thakur back into the attack. Yeah, you've mentioned a couple of names there, Vivek. A lot of positives going Canada's way here. They've got some good juniors up and coming, some youngsters in the side who have shown promise. And some might even be contenders for future leadership roles. Harsh Thakur, one of them. He's got a good head on his shoulders, very smart cricketing brain. And he understands his game very well as well, which is half the battle. Another quick single picked up.
Yeah, you mentioned Harsh. We've seen him be the vice captain of the side, so we know he's entrusted with that responsibility as we see his father looking on, hoping maybe he can take a wicket here. Elias again having to manage the innings, 31 off 38. Able to pick off a single there. Not too many problems posed so far, even if Thakur's keeping it a bit quiet.
Yeah, not a lot of problems. It's a bit too easy out there the last couple of overs. Of course, that single, the 50 comes up for Oman. I don't really think Canada's going to mind some of these singles too much. It's just, they've got them 7 down. They've done all the hard work. Just need to create the chances for the last 3 wickets. I think maybe bringing some pace back on, just breaking up the change in speed. Akhil Kumar maybe coming back on.
Yeah, no question. When you look at the way they've been able to pick off these singles, Harsh Thakur getting through his second over here. We've still got a couple of overs from Sana and a couple from Akhil Kumar. Oman now 52 for 7 after 14.
Let's go.
Well, we asked for him, and he has been brought on. It is going to be Akhil Kumar coming into the attack. A good tactic here from the skipper, Nick Curtin, as we take a look at Left of your screen, top left, Nick Curtin's mum and grandma. They've traveled here all the way from Montreal. Took an early flight in this morning to come and watch Canada play.
And you know, it was really special when Canada defeated Ireland at the T20 World Cup. She was there as well. And Nick raced over after the match to find her. Had a great moment, hugging, celebrating. He played a terrific innings in that match to win the Player of the Match award. And just a great moment there. One that he'll cherish for the rest of his life.
It's always lovely to have that home support. Always lovely to have your parents in the stands. They are probably your most honest fans, aren't they?
Always.
And credit to the parents who've put in countless hours to get their kids at a level where, well, we can't really call Nick Curtin a kid anymore.
No.
But she's put in all that work, both mom and grandma, to, you know, just bring him into this stage of his life where he can compete and he can play for Canada.
And what a proud stretch for her. You know, she gets to watch her son excel at the T20 World Cup. And then after that, he's named the captain of the side. So all smiles all around for the Curtin family right now.
Well, there's a little bit of stoppage in play here. We're not quite sure what the discussion is. It's Nick Curtin and both umpires. And it looks like Arnold Medella is just maybe having a chat with him about maybe some chirping going out there. It's looked pretty friendly out there, though. I mean, we don't have a stump mic to really hear all the stuff that goes on out there, but
Well, I was mentioning all smiles, but Nick Curtin didn't look too happy there with proceedings and what was going on. Maybe we'll try and pick up on what happened there.
a good tactic this to change things up out there. Akhil Kumar brought back in. He's coming for his third over after picking up those 2 early wickets, opening the bowling for Canada today. With Dylan Haliger out, still having some issues with that ankle of his, just not 100% fit to play today. Dylan Haliger.
We've got 5 men on the boundary.
Oh dear. You might feel that he's missed out on that one a little bit.
He has. I do feel that Akhil Kumar has done a really nice job mixing up the lengths today. I think that's what's brought about the 2 wickets. He's gone short at the right time. He's gone full. He's thrown in some good length deliveries as well. And it's just created that bit of indecision for the batters.
Cutaway. And it just beats Nick Curtin at point. Conditions have definitely gotten a little bit easier in the last few overs. Oman settling things down a little bit after those quick wickets early on.
They fell in a heap. And you can just see it's been a very safe approach. No one really targeting any boundaries. But they need to bat at the 20.
What have your thoughts been so far on the series? Canada, I mean, hosting a home series the way we have.
I think it's been tremendous to see the competitiveness of the sides. Obviously, you wanted a series that would come down to the final game, and you have Canada here in this situation where they know they have to win in order to win the No Frills T20 Cup. And maybe this game has drifted a little bit, but we've seen a couple of thrillers. That last match between Canada and Nepal, where Asad Bin Zafar and Ravinder Pal Singh were able to pull off that chase at the end when it looked like Nepal were in the driver's seat. That's probably been the highlight so far. And now with this opportunity to cap it off and possibly get the trophy, it's a great time for Canadian cricket.
Well, just recapping the whole year, it's been a great year for Canada and Canadian cricket. At the end of 15, Oman 55 for 7.
As a business owner, you have a responsibility to give back to your community. We hire local and we serve local. Breakfast program, scoop program for kids.
Seniors bus program, providing transportation to and from the store. And there goes another one. Going down the ground and a comfortable catch in the deep. Oman have just lost their 8th wicket, and it's Harsh Tucker to pick up his first wicket. Oman in all sorts of trouble here. 55 for 8 after 15.1 overs, and it's a big one, isn't it? It's the skipper, Akabilias, who goes for 35 off 44 deliveries.
And this was always the danger if you're Oman. We saw them take that circumspect approach and try to just bat out the overs, but Ilyas obviously with 15 overs gone deciding that they needed some big hits to at least put up something competitive, something that their bowlers can fight with, goes for the big shot and doesn't come off as we get the replay here. Just getting a bit of a top edge, straight too long off. That's a good catch there by Tucker coming into the side, replacing Dylan Haliger. And that's a feel-good moment for him, contributing in this match now.
Absolutely. To come out, he's not had the best of starts to his international career. Tough time in the Netherlands for him, but here he is. He's picked up a catch for Canada, and it's Harsh Tucker to have picked up his first wicket in the game. 8 wickets down, Oman. I don't think they would have seen themselves in this position before start of play. This has gone fine. It should just be the one run as Kaleem Sana cuts that off.
I don't think any side envisions themselves being 55 for 8 when they decide to go into that.
No one's going to go to the ground thinking, I think today we're going to be 55 for 8.
But got Harsh Tucker now with a wicket to his name. We'll be looking to add to that tally.
Well, interestingly enough, they did say they wanted to have a bat first, how they won the toss. So they got what they wanted to do despite not having won the toss. A whole lot of changes in their batting lineup. 4 changes in total. And despite all of the changes, despite getting in to do what they want to, there's just the one player to have gotten in double digits, and it's their captain, Akabilias, at the top. That's going to be a wide. 4 ducks in this batting lineup. And everyone else single digits.
It's not been a good day for Oman. They would have been hoping for better to finish off this series.
Which tries to go for the big one, and it is in the gap. Couple of bounces. And just the one run. End of the over. 16 gone. Oman 59 for 8.
Seba is giving back to the community and making sure that the community is taken care of.
We're back into the action, and we're going to say hello to Andrew Leonard. This is going to be exciting with him in the comm box. Hello, Lenny.
Good afternoon, Manali. How are you? Nice to be with you for one last time. Yeah, look, it's been pretty turgid stuff out there, hasn't it? And the reality is, Oman have been nowhere from the start of this contest. All started in the first over with the run-out, and since then it's been downhill ever since. Aki Villiers had a chance to carry his bat, which might have been maybe statistically the most interesting thing.
Well, a big shout from Kalim Sana, brought back into the attack from the pavilion end. And it really has been the Canada show today.
Yeah, they got past their lowest ever T20I total of 47. That was only 3 months ago against England in Antigua. But their lowest ever against a fellow associate, that was 78 against Nepal in the T20 qualifier back in February 2022. Not necessarily going to get past that. Rafiola's going to need to do something special. Just got a few numbers for you here from this tour of Oman. And if you're wondering why Oman are struggling to win games, I'm going to give you their batting numbers on this tour. Pratik Athavele, 60 runs at an average of 12. Kashyap Prajapati, 103 runs at an average of 17, 150 in there. Zishan Maksud, 74 runs at an average of 15. Khalid Kale, 35 runs at an average of less than 9. Ayan Khan, 49 runs at an average of less than 10. Shoaib Khan's not had the worst tour with 143 runs at an average of 28. And then Aki Villiers has been the only one to really show any fight or grit or kind of stand up for the team in any capacity. He's made 2 50s, and with today's innings, where he was the top scorer with 35, he's made a total of 212 runs, averaging over 30. So Aki Villiers' numbers are fine. They're actually below par for him. Nobody else has got a bean all series, and I actually thought it was the correct call from Dilip Mendes to kind of wield the axe on Pratik Athavele, Kashyap Prajapati and Ayan Khan. They've been desperately short of runs. And you have to, suppose if you don't have that threat of being dropped or being left out hanging over you, I suppose what's the motivation to get better? The problem is, you can see the resources, the stocks aren't very deep. 2 debutants in today, they looked a bit out of their depth.
Well, this is cut up and over. And it's a good looking stroke. 4 runs picked up and a boundary after a very long time for Oman.
When you're relying on Shakil Ahmed, with respect to him, the 36-year-old, to score your runs, he's actually been pretty good with the bat on this tour. He's, in the ODIs, he was undefeated. 17 not out, 21 not out, 29 not out. So he's kind of shown some grit and determination then, number 9 and 10, that his teammates haven't in the top order. I know the batting conditions have been tricky. Nepal have had their problems up at the top as well. But those numbers I read you, that's why Oman are struggling here in Canada.
Bounce again. Kalim Sana putting in his back. Last 2 deliveries. He so desperately wants to finish this innings for Canada. Hasn't picked up a wicket to his name today. Into his 3rd over, almost at the end of his 3rd over. It's always difficult when your batters are in a rut, and especially when so many of your batters in a rut, as this Oman side continue to struggle here in Canada. Well, he goes in the gap and he pierces it. I don't think it's going to make it to the boundary. It's going to be Nick Curtin. 2 runs picked up. 17 overs gone. 66 for 8.
Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
Harsh Tucker comes back into the attack. Canada looking for those final 2 wickets of Oman. Well, half an appeal from Harsh Tucker, almost going for it because he saw the big appeal from Shreyas Mova behind the stumps. Didn't look like there was any bat on that.
I'll need a second look in reality. I think, yeah, Thacker was kind of coerced or convinced into that appeal, wasn't he, by Shreyas Mova? And Arnold Medela has been not in any way impacted by the gravity of the appeals. Probably get a look after this delivery. Rafiola swinging for the hitches.
Oh, and swing he does. He goes all the way into the retaining wall. That retaining net has picked up quite a few balls. Big 6 this, and Oman getting a late push in this innings after quick wickets up at the top.
It's a massive ball, Rafiola. He's got real X factor to him, and you can see with the paucity of runs for the rest of his teammates. I'm not quite sure why he's been hidden all the way down the order. Would have liked to have seen him up the order and counter-attacked. How you can have a guy who can hit a ball like that batting at number 10? Well, that's beyond the change of angle. Going to come around the wicket now.
Well, this is short, and this is a miss hit. It's Nicholas Curtin, and he finishes the job. Oman have just lost Rafiola, who, well, he went one too many times. This time, not as good of a connection. Harsh Tucker picks up another wicket to his name, and Oman have now lost their 9th wicket.
Well, sums it all up, doesn't it? Really does. Finally get something to work with. They get a maximum, drags the length back, and it's just the way Rafiola plays. It looks ungainly when he mistimes them, when he smashes them out of the ground. It looks $1 million. So Rafiola is the latest to fall. Oman in all sorts of trouble. 72 for 9.
Well, it's down to the last pair here for Oman. 73 for 9. And it's Kalimullah, the big man. Quick run this. Good call from Kalimullah.
Yeah, going to be giving us a leg bite. For Oman, well, I think my thoughts on their tour is a bit like their tour of Scotland. They've probably been fortunate to win any games. I know they've beaten Canada once in the T20s. And they've got that big Cricket World Cup League 2 win over Nepal as well. But they look aside that he's going to be in desperate trouble going forward. They're going to need some fresh blood. 18 bowled, 75 for 9. So Shakil Ahmed is showing a little bit of grit, and Kalimullah, he works desperately hard on his batting. And he might just look for a couple of big blows down the ground. Not going to be easy though against Kalim Sana.
He's the only one who hasn't picked up a wicket yet, and he's got one left. It's a big swing and a miss. Bit of a delayed appeal from Kalim Sana.
Well, there was a noise. This is going to be fascinating. I wouldn't rule out, I'm probably going to be wrong here, I wouldn't rule out that this might have flicked the stumps. Because there was definitely a noise. So it could have been an under edge, but it looked pretty close to the off stump to me as well. This could be one of those funny ones. It might not be, but let's get a look. I think that might have grazed the top of the stumps. There was a definite noise, wasn't there? I don't know if we can get one more look at that, maybe in slow motion after this ball. You can see where they appeal, because there was something. You do occasionally see those stumps just rattled and not actually knock the bails off.
It goes for the Yorker this time, Kalim Sana.
This is going to be the angle it'll show us. Big ungainly hack. Ooh, it has
yes.
It has hit the stumps. Well, I'll tell you what. If you're talking about calls, I'm glad I was on with you for that. I am ever so glad I was on with you. Because you looked at me like I had 10 heads there.
I need to know who your optometrist is.
I watch an unhealthy amount of cricket. Unhealthy.
I can imagine.
So there's just, it's because there was a definite noise and it was quite a chunky noise. We'll see if we can get that replay once more. That same angle. It's so rare this happens. Oh, that's not the one. We'll come back to it after this ball.
He's got 3 deliveries to try and pick up a wicket here, Kalim Sana. Got mighty close.
You've got to see this replay again after this ball. You wouldn't believe it, would you? And you were looking at me, Manada, you were saying, now Lenny, come on. What are you at here?
Oh, it needed a direct hit.
So massive appeal. It did sound like there was a big noise. You thought it was the under edge, but watch the bail. Watch the bail on the off stump here, nothing else. There it is. It's a kiss. It's a kiss, but it's not enough. And Sana couldn't believe why wasn't it given out caught behind. That's the reason. It didn't hit the bat. It flicked the bail. Just flicked the bail. The bail went up in the air and back onto the stump. Great decision. Outstanding piece of umpiring. And just when we thought we'd seen it all in the No Frills T20 Cup, we see another bit of drama.
Good call in the end from the umpire. Unfortunate for Kalim Sana that bail chose to stay back on.
We gotta get that one up on social media, don't we? Such a great camera angle, that slips angle. Just a kiss. A kiss of the bail, no more. He's not quick enough. We'll have to tell him after the game.
Oh, I don't think he's going to appreciate that one. Oh dear. Backing away. Good movement. He's trying everything he can here to pick up this last wicket, Kalim Sana. He's got one more delivery. Have a look at this again.
Absolutely love this. Outstanding work from the production team. It's given it a good rattle, isn't it?
It's not back on even either.
Just
not back in the grip.
One of them has to come off. You don't need both off, but one of those 2 bails on the top of the 3 stumps that make up the wicket, they've got to come off. And you could see how angry Kalim Sana was. You said, why would he give it out? He's hit it. He didn't hit it. It hit that bail.
Well bowled this. Into the toes, and they pick up a single to end the 19th over. Oman, 77 for 9.
As a business owner, you have a responsibility to give back to your community.
just 1 over remains. I don't want to say it's been a nightmare of a tour for Oman because they picked up 2 wins, but it's almost kind of the concerns going forward for them, isn't it? You know, where to from here for them? If Atavele's not getting runs, if Ayan Khan's not getting runs, if Prajapati's not getting runs, Zishan Maksud, he's in the autumn of his career, could be close to the winter of it. It's piling just an unhealthy amount of pressure on Aki Bilias, isn't it?
He's been the lone man standing on multiple occasions. Very similar for him as well today. And it's a tough problem to have when you've got so many players who are out of form in your side. And then the whole age aspect that we've spoken about before. We had a fairly lengthy conversation about just the average age of this Oman side during the 50 over series. They do need to find some youngsters. They do need to try and incorporate them in the system a little bit early on. Pulled away. And it's 4 runs. Late push here. Shakil Ahmed giving it a good whack. Trying to get his side in somewhat of a fightable total.
That goes past their lowest T20I total in history against a fellow associate side. So, something ticked off. You do empathise a bit for Oman, the 2 games in 2 days, but I don't think they're going to use that as an excuse, because when they had to do that earlier in the series, they turned it all around after a heavy defeat to Nepal. They beat Canada. And look, there is still a second innings to play. These aren't the easiest conditions. And they'll certainly probably bowl better than they have batted, but you just can't see 80, or even if they get the final flourish and get up to 90 here, ever being enough.
And the conditions also ease up as the day goes on. Could stop this from Kalim Sana. They'll stick to just a single. And it's going to be leg byes as well.
You look at Canada's bowlers, you can just see they've only gone with the 5. On a day like today when things are going right, they don't need to do anything special, and that's probably what Nicholas Curtin has done really well, isn't it? Keep things simple.
Yeah, going with his tried and trusted 5. Of course, Dylan Haliger not in the side today. Didn't open the bowling. Still nursing that ankle injury. But Akhil Kumar's done very well opening the bowling for Canada today. Had some big shoes to fill. He's picked up 2 for 20 in his final over of his spell. A youngster who's come through the Canadian system. Works very hard at his cricket, both bat and ball. He's a decent all-rounder. Going for the big heave, Kalimullah. Just not anywhere close to that ball.
Kalimullah reminds me of someone at the bats. And you're going to say to me, well, hold on, Lenny. Curtly Ambrose batted left-handed, and I know he did. But they bat in such similar ways. It's a mirror image. He's big. He's got both a big wingspans. Both are very similar height. The Antiguan. He's now a knight, of course. Sir Curtly Ambrose. He used to just throw the bat at everything. That's what Kalimullah does.
And that's it. End of the innings for Oman. They are bowled out in their 19th over. 82 all out, Oman, and it's been a masterclass from Canada with the ball today. Akhil Kumar picks up his 3rd wicket. Brought in to take the charge with the ball today, and he has done exceptionally well.
supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because we believe Canada needs more cricket. That's it! TD, ready for you.
As a business owner, you have a responsibility to give back to your community. We hire local and we serve local. Breakfast program, school program for kids.
Seniors bus program, providing transportation to and from the store.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
Seba is giving back to the community and making sure that the community is taken care of. We do a lot of that at our temples and in the Punjabi community, and that's how I see the store. It's a no-frills thing to do.
The new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger.
Let's go.
Juicy grass-fed beef topped with ruffle cheddar and sour cream chips.
Let's go!
Try the new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger. Let's go.
The all-new Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
Well, welcome back here to King City. A rather one-sided first innings, you have to say, and Canada are looking awfully good to close out this victory. They really are. Let's get some immediate reaction. Manali Patel is out with one of the stars of the show at the ball. That's Akhil Kumar.
We've got Akhil Kumar with us, 3 for 20, exceptional with the ball. Akhil, you opened the bowling today in the absence of Dylan Halier. What was going through your mind when you knew that you were going to be opening?
I was told the last minute, so I was kind of nervous, but I just stuck to the basics and tried bowling my lengths. It didn't go off very well in the beginning. I bowled the ball really full, but I pulled it back from there on, and that's probably why I got some wickets.
Well, yeah, you picked up 3 of them, and you closed the innings for Oman. In terms of the conditions, what are they like? Because there's definitely something in there for the spinners. You got returned, Kalim Sana not so much today. So what is it that worked for you, and what are the conditions going to be like when you come out with a bat?
I feel like something that worked for me was bowling back of a length. I feel like the more further away I'm bowling from the batsman, it's harder with the seam bowling, and it nips here and there. So there's a lot of purchase in the wicket when I'm bowling a bit back. The more fuller I bowl, it's easier for the batsman to hit the run. So I feel like that was a big key from our side.
84 to win for Canada. You think it's going to be an easy chase on the way here?
Yeah, hopefully it's an easy chase and we can wrap up this series with another win. And it'll be a good performance if we do that.
Well, thank you so much, Akhil.
Thank you.
Akhil Kumar.
Yeah, thanks to Manali Patel, and he is definitely a star of the future, isn't he? The youngster, just 22 years of age himself. And Parveen Kumar, absolutely the stars of the show. Parveen Kumar, the left-arm spinner, bowled quite brilliantly. So that's going to wrap it up for the coverage from the first innings. Don't go anywhere too far, though, because we're actually going to be back out for the chase and the second innings in just 8 minutes' time. We'll be back on air in about 5 minutes, and we'll leave you with the news that to win this no-frills T20 Cup, Canada will need 84 to win.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because we believe Canada needs more cricket. That's it! TD, ready for you.
As a business owner, you have a responsibility to give back to your community. We hire local and we serve local. Breakfast program, school program for kids.
Seniors bus program, providing transportation to and from the store.
Nissan Kicks. Ready for whatever you're into. Get your kicks.
Seba is giving back to the community and making sure that the community is taken care of. We do a lot of that at our temples and in the Punjabi community, and that's how I see the store. So it's the no-frills thing to do.
The new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger.
Let's go.
Juicy grass-fed beef topped with Ruffles cheddar and sour cream chips.
Let's go!
Try the new A&W Ruffles Crunch Teen Burger. Let's go.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever. Because we believe Canada needs more cricket. How's it? TD, ready for you.
As a business owner, you have a responsibility to give back to your community.
We hire local and we serve local.
Breakfast program, school program for kids.
Seniors bus program, providing transportation to and from the store. struggle with the bat through and through for Oman.
Tough day at the office. You look at that 82 all out. You would have expected this series to finish off with a bang, but Canada have turned up. And you look at that bowling card. Parveen Kumar, the standout, 4 overs, just the 9 runs conceded, and 3 wickets to his name. Saad Bin Zafar, very economical as well, 10 runs in his 4 overs. And you've got Akil Kumar, the other Kumar, outstanding as well, 3.4 overs, 3 for 20.
The bowling has been in complete contrast with the batting card. As we take a quick look at the standings, Nepal currently at the top. Canada have to win this contest to win this T20 No Frills Cup. And Oman, well, they would have needed to win by a massive margin today to try and switch things around. In the end, after that first innings, Oman bowled out for just 82 runs, unable to finish their 20 overs. And as so often as we've seen, Aqib Ilyas, their skipper, left the lone man in the double digits. 30 odd from him today. They're here to defend a low total, Oman. 83 to win for Canada. You can feel that they're in the driving seat here, Canada.
Yeah, and enough to send out the man coming into the side. Kanwarpal Thakur is going to open the batting with Dilpreet Bajwa. So we'll see where Navneet Dhaliwal slots in. We know that he's been accustomed to opening the batting, so a bit of a change here. And we'll have to see as Thakur looks to take strike how he goes about his business.
He hasn't had a lot of time out in the middle. Not the best of times in the Netherlands. Kanwar Thakur having picked up a concussion, a terrible injury, and then he just re-agitated it against the MCC a few weeks ago. It was actually the week right before the 50-over series started here in Canada. He's had some time to get his fitness back up, heal that injury. Concussions are always very dangerous, as we're going to see the same combination opening for Oman as we have in the past. We're going to start with Shakil Ahmed up at the top with some spin, and it'll most likely be Kalimullah from the pavilion end with some pace. What are you expecting from Canada here?
Do you think they're going to go in hard and try and chase us down quickly, or do you think they're going to pace their innings and
I think
take their time?
In the case of Thakur, as far as a must-win game is concerned, this is about as low-pressure a situation it can be in terms of what they're chasing.
Well, there's definitely some zip. It's a late appeal here. Well, he certainly wasn't going for the appeal, Shakil Ahmed. A bit of a late appeal from the keeper, and then everyone's gone up. I don't think I heard or saw anything, but it'll be interesting to see if we can get a different look at this.
Well, that was interesting, coming from wide of the crease, pitching on middle and turning away, a bit of extra bounce as well, and the keeper was excited immediately.
It was a ripper of a ball, wasn't it?
Terrific delivery.
The first run picked up, Kanwar Thakur off the mark. What do you think of this opening pair? It's the first time we're seeing both of these two opening the innings for Canada. No Navneet Dhaliwal at the top. Aaron Johnson hasn't gotten the last 2 games.